Hey, good morning. Now, before we get into today's plan, a quick reminder that technically today is rollover, but on our end, we are going to continue trading the ES September contract and we will switch to ES December on Monday. So the key zones for today are for the ES September contract, and the symbol on most platforms is ESU21. Now, jumping into the plan, in the overnight session, we saw a breakdown attempt below 44.92, and responsive buyers stepped in at the 44.82 to 86 zone, and it very quickly turned into a false and failed breakdown attempt, followed by a larger move to the upside. So, heading into the open, the larger pattern that seems to be in play is a failed or false breakdown attempt, which is a bullish pattern. Now, off the open, if we can get a successful breakout above the 45.1175 to 14.75 pre-market resistance, that would serve as a sign of strength, and it could mark the beginning of an upside move that takes ES into the 45.20 to 24.75 initial resistance zone, as well as the 26.5 to 29.5 area. Now, the other day I showed you the hourly chart of ES, and we were looking at this downtrend line. So that's something that's still technically in play, and a breakout above pre-market resistance could be the beginning of that larger upside move that ends up taking ES back up towards 26.5 to 29.5 and possibly even higher. So off the open, that pre-market resistance zone is going to be very key. On the downside, we have pre-market support at 44.96 to 4500, followed by the initial support zone at 44.90 to 95. Now, I realize these two zones are extremely close together, and the reason is that this entire larger area from 44.90 to 4500 is pretty decent support at this point. And if the market is going to maintain the level of strength that we saw in the overnight session and then result in a bigger upside move, then buyers should be able to hold ES above pre-market support, or worst case scenario, above initial support. And if we start to see a breakdown below initial support, that would be a bearish indication, which could lead to a retest of the 44.82 to 86 support, and a break and hold below 82 to 86 would then serve as a bearish confirmation, which can then lead to a move down into 44.72 to 75 and possibly even lower. So if the market is really going to make a strong upside move, ideally buyers hold it above pre-market support, worst case scenario above initial support, and if these two zones don't hold, then the probability of an upside move would be quite low. And if in real time we're seeing big and sustained downside momentum, then there would be the possibility of taking out 82 to 86, and a break below that area would be the bearish confirmation. So with the current pattern that's in play, if we get that breakout above pre-market resistance, we are going to exercise caution on the short side, because if that breakout is happening on high volume and high momentum, then ES could reach 26.5 to 29.5, or even test the high from September 7th at 45.32. Now, once the market gets exhausted to the upside, sellers can still step in, we can still get reactions, but just bear in mind that if we are getting a successful and high momentum breakout above pre-market resistance, then the buyers are going to be more dominant, and even though sellers can defend on first test of 26.5 to 29.5, if we're seeing sustained upside momentum and that area gets taken out, then we would have our bullish confirmation and ES could go even higher. So I think today the market is at an important short-term inflection point, and it's a very key time for buyers to step in. And if they can manage to hold ES above pre-market support or initial support and then put in that breakout above pre-market resistance, there is that potential for an upside continuation move. And if buyers fail to show up today and we get a breakdown below initial support, then the pattern could fall apart and we could get liquidation to the downside. So that's the plan for today. Let's see if buyers can hold ES above pre-market support and then take out pre-market resistance. That's going to help set the tone and bias early in the session, and we'll take it from there.